folks, welcome back to Let's Get Nerdy. My name is Corey.
I'm Wyatt, and this is Go-Go-Godzilla, the series where we go through every movie in the Godzilla franchise to decide which one of them truly is king of them all. And today's video is Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S.
That's correct. We're going all the way back to, I believe, December of 2002?
December of 2003.
2003?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I guess Mechagodzilla was.
Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna, as we always do, start off with our history with this film. I'm gonna go ahead and take the reins on this one, White, because I believe, like the last two, nothing really.
Wrong. I've seen this one.
Oh, okay. What's your history with it? Okay, you start us off.
So this one, I think I found it at like Hastings or something like that. Or no, I got this at my mom and I stopped at a store called Nebraska Furniture Mart. One night, I don't know what we were doing, but stopped. They had a rack of movies, and it was just on like the bottom rack by itself for some reason. And so my mom bought it for me, and I watched it a few times when I was little. I remember. Kind of similar, like watching it like while I was playing with my toys or whatever. So it was in the background a lot. And I hadn't watched it for several years since then. So it had been a long time since I had seen it. But
this is one that I've watched probably a metric shit ton. Because very similar to last video or against Mechagodzilla. We got it initially from Blockbuster, so this is one of the earlier movies I've seen, and I really liked it, like as a kid. And then, like eventually, like we were in Walmart instead of Nebraska Furniture Mart, and I found the DVD of it for like $10, and so got my parents to buy it for me.
Nice. And
this quickly became one of those movies that if I did not have a sleepover or a video game to play on a Friday night, this is what I was doing on a Friday night. Like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, legitimately like probably watched it at least 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I just want to put on the Godzilla movie and this is what I have on DVD.
Yeah.
Which I think it's kind of crazy that I, like, thinking back that way, like, because was yours just that movie with like the faces like facing away from each other?
Yeah.
This is like the only non-legendary Godzilla movie I've been able to find that's not packaged with other Godzilla movies. In my memory. Yeah. I'm sure I've ran into others like that you were able to rent from Miracle Video, but like definitely in the last 15 years, I would say.
Yeah, they do seem kind of hard to find. So.
But yeah, and I really liked this one. It was just because it was like, you know, mostly fight. So like I was just like, I don't know, I just really liked it as a kid.
Yeah.
And this is kind of my first time watching it as a full-grown adult. I don't think I've watched it fully since 8th grade, maybe in high school. I just don't remember it. But, With that, do you have any other history you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well then, I believe next you have for us 5 undetermined speed facts. I'm
going to say 5 increasingly long facts at this point. The first one's still pretty short. Our director is returning from the last film, Masaki Tezuka. So now we get into... Oh wait, I have one more short one. Okay. Kind of talked about it already. It was released December 13th of 2003. So, and then my next fact is... which we've kind of talked about this a little bit already in prior videos, but this is the only one in the Millennia series to have it's the only one to be a direct sequel. Yeah. Which now, I guess not to hold up the facts part of the show. Yeah. We kind of mentioned it earlier. I don't know if we've mentioned it on video, but we've talked about it. Other than GMK, no movie in the Millennium series feels like it couldn't just all be part of the same series. Oh, I know, yeah. Because they're all very similar in tone. Yeah. And the Godzillas look very similar. Yeah. I don't know why, like, technically the origins of each Godzilla is slightly different. Yeah. But, like, not really. I think the biggest difference is just, like, the breath color, the atomic breath color, being or red in 2000, and blue in the rest of them. But what was red in Millennium? It was like pink. And which one?
Not Millennium. Megaguirus.
I thought it was blue in that one.
No, it was like yellow or blue. It was yellow thing. Okay. But, and you know what? I'll say this. It totally doesn't matter to this conversation. Blue is, I think, is still the best color for the atomic breath.
So, okay. I am really nostalgic for the red because of 2000. But going through this series and, I don't know, not thinking about it as a kid, yeah, blue is my favorite. So
yeah. Anyways, back to the facts.
Yeah. So this one series to be a direct sequel to a prior Millennia film, but also it's a sequel to a common theme. Yeah, a common theme in this Millennia series has been sequels to the original 54. Yeah. This one, however, is also a sequel to Mothra from 61.
Yeah, well, and so was Against Mechagodzilla in a way, because since they mentioned it. So yeah.
So that was, I guess that's true, but yeah, that was interesting. This one has a post-credit scene.
It does, and I've never seen it before, and I don't get what it means.
So I didn't know that it was a thing, and then I was kind of reading a little bit for the facts, trying to get those put together and stuff, and then I read that, and so I went back and I found it on YouTube. It's just like a little DNA cylinder, and then it gets kind of locked behind a wall, and then it's like something biotech.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be like a very clear, like, this is what this is, so I'm like, all right.
But it seems kind of ambiguous, at least to me. I mean, it's not being understanding it or something, but
which,
I don't know.
Also, this is the third, I believe, then, iteration of these Millennium series that ends with like he might be back, and then
that's true.
And then this Godzilla does not come back.
Yeah,
because that happened in Megaguirus and GMK.
Yeah, that's true.
So
my last fact is the giant turtle monster thing that kind of washed up on shore. Washed up on shore and was dead.
Yeah.
I thought was like a knock at Gamera.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, it's not?
No. There was an original... Let me rephrase that. There was a different monster in the original script for this that was supposed to be dead, washed up on shore. That monster was supposed to be Anguirus.
Oh, really?
But the producer decided that may anger some fans, considering Anguirus was like a historic ally of Godzilla. So they went to this creature called Camoebas. I don't know how you say it exactly. It's Kamoebas. Yep.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yep. This monster is it's from a prior film. It's only appeared in one movie, but that was Space Amoeba from 1970.
It's not even a Godzilla movie.
No, it's just a character in a film that the director liked, so he decided to throw it in. So.
That's interesting. I don't know. I have a feeling he had to have known too a little bit of like what he was doing with because I've always thought it was Gamera.
I thought it was too. This whole time I thought it's been like fuck you, Gamera.
Yeah,
but
guess not.
There was a little bit of a sub fact to that when I was reading about it. There was I guess apparently like in some of the subtitles that had been done, there was a string of subtitles or subtitles that were done by Sony, I think. When they were talking about that scene and how the monster died, the subtitles were translated poorly, and it came up that the monster died because it lost its cervix.
Wow.
So I guess that's become kind of a joke amongst fans who had seen that. I had never seen that before.
I have not seen that, no.
So that's all of my facts for today.
And now, after the facts, we're going to go ahead and get into our thoughts of this movie, talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. I'll let you kick it off, just because why not? What did you think about Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S.? Which, I guess, let me cut in.
Okay.
First off, I fucking love that name. That's such a good cool name. That's such a cool name. But anyway.
Yeah, it's such a cool name. I kind of fucked up because I had the DVD. I left it out over there to show, and then I forgot to put it on the table. So anyway, the movie is. I like it a lot. However, I don't think I liked it as much as I thought I did, if that makes sense. Like when we were talking about Space Godzilla and that kind of thing, I think this one had the same effect for me, whereas like I wasn't as enthusiastic about it as I think like my memory wanted me to be. Or nostalgia wanted me to be.
Yeah, no, and what's funny is I would largely agree. Is like I was really excited for this one after Mechagodzilla. I was like, now Tokyo S.O.S is where that's that shit. And this whole time I was like kind of waiting for it to get started. Yeah. And it never really felt like it got started. The interesting thing to me about this being a direct sequel to Tokyo or to Mechagodzilla is because I kind of think we felt the same way about Mechagodzilla. Of like just some parts were really good and some parts were kind of thinner. Yeah. Somewhere in here is like if you kind of cut certain parts and like Frankenstein it together. Yeah. It's real like it. There's a really good movie. One really good movie out of the two parts of these. Yeah. But once it's like you ever listen to Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 by Guns N' Roses? Mm-hmm. Well, somewhere in there is a really fucking good Guns N' Roses album. That's probably almost as good as Appetite for Destruction. But because they have the rest of those two albums, they're not as good as Appetite for Destruction. Yeah. That's how I feel about, like, I genuinely think if they had trimmed the fat of both plots, kind of, like, amalgamated the cast a little bit, like, have a Mothra cast, have a Godzilla cast, and have a Mecha G cast. Yeah. Like, you know, have they kind of done in previous series, or iterations. There's a really strong movie here. But, like, this one, I still felt a lot of nostalgia for it, but it was a lot of, like, oh, man, they're already here, huh? Yeah.
So I think, like, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like, I think if you were to, like, kind of slice up the previous movie and this one, that you could make this a really tight movie. But this one, I was really bored with it. For like, I feel like over half of it, and I don't know if that's just because I don't know why. The human plot didn't grab me as much as the last one did, even though the last one wasn't my favorite.
See, I do feel like the human plot grabbed me a bit more here.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit. Maybe it's the nostalgia of like I already knew a bit more of the human plot going into it. Yeah.
I think. Maybe I don't know. I think maybe like I like the pilot from the previous movie, and she's in this for all of like 2 minutes, and I didn't really know why she wasn't in this movie until I was reading about it this afternoon. I guess I missed that she was sent to the United States for some further training or something. Yeah, which seems odd. Like they have the most advanced mech in the world, but yet they're sending her to America for what training? I don't know, but I think I would have liked it more had she been in it more. In some capacity, I'm just.
That's fair. Like some kind of carry through.
Yeah, and like I like the and their story was fun. Yeah. And actually, he was from the original Mothra movie. The old man was. Okay, I don't know why I thought he might have been one. It was not Serizawa, but the guy who was in like the original Godzilla vs. Mothra movie. Oh, I thought it was that guy. It's not. But yeah. Yeah. So okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat that they carried that character through from the original Mothra. But yeah, I didn't really feel that engaged with like the Mecha G pilots or that cast of characters, and I honestly was just kind of bored. It felt like it was kind of drawn out to me until we got to the actual monster stuff. Which, honestly, I like the monster stuff more in the previous movie. Really? I still like this a lot, and I think there's a lot of great things with it, but I think I liked the monster action and scenes more in the previous movie.
That's because I kind of, the way I see it, and this is kind of going back to my like, somewhere in both of these is one really good movie, is I thought this one was consistently better. But I thought Mechagodzilla had higher moments. So I thought the action, so like once Godzilla gets there, and that, because like, so the Godzilla fight is like, there's really only one Godzilla fight, but it's like half of the movie. Yeah. And it has like different stages. First of all, one thing I do love is about the design of this Godzilla is that he comes back with the scar. If you don't know, Mechagodzilla ends with him getting blasted in the chest. He gets blasted in the chest. He was shot.
Yeah.
And like it's like calcified almost.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really cool addition. I think this is still one of the best Godzilla suits there is. But yeah, like there's no moment of like them trying to have Mechagodzilla silhouetted by like
a setting sun.
Yeah, like they went a little bit more back to the practical sets, more of the actual miniatures and the suits, and I think that it was stronger for that. Yeah, there's no, like last week one of our biggest complaints was like every like CGI shot was like a JPEG zoomed in across the screen. Like there's really not a lot of that in this movie.
No, and I think they did significantly better with like blending media where they did try to blend it, and it does look a lot better than the previous movie in that regard. So and the scar, that's cool too. I don't think we've seen at all before in the movies like where there's been any kind of damage carried through.
No, there hasn't been. So I thought it was really neat. I kind of mostly agree with you with the human plot of like it's just okay.
Yeah. Like I wasn't ever annoyed with the human cast, but I wasn't ever really like other than like like the old man and his family. That was my favorite human element to this movie. But like the Mecha G pilots, I just didn't really engage with because I felt like okay, we're getting these new pilots and these new characters in the last movie. I want to connect with them, and then they're just gone again, and we're kind of redoing the same thing.
Isn't one of the pilots because he's
because that was guy?
Yeah, I love that moment of like they're like at an awards dinner as like they're seeing the other pilots off.
Yeah,
and he like threatens one of the engineer, the main character.
Yeah,
and like holds a fly in his face that he caught out of
Yeah,
and they're like, why is that guy? Like, I don't know why this guy has a problem with
I don't know.
It's just fun.
He's such a jerk for no reason.
Yeah.
But, did they actually call Mechagodzilla Kiru in this movie?
No, this one, they only call him Mechagodzilla.
That's what I thought, and I don't know if that's just in, like, did you watch the English dubbing?
No, I have the DVD, but I had that classic first world problem. I was too lazy to get up and put the DVD in my console, so I watched it on Pluto TV, and Pluto has it, the Japanese dubbing.
Okay.
I don't think the DVD does.
So I don't know about the DVD because my DVD wouldn't fucking work last night.
Oh no!
So I had to buy it on the Xbox store, which it was only $4. So I mean, whatever. But it's still the English version.
Did you not know it was on Pluto?
No, I did. I just didn't want to watch it on Pluto.
So these are the two opposite first world problems.
They are. Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. Pluto annoyed me last time with this.
The ads and all that.
So many fucking ads.
Yeah.
Great. I appreciate that it's there, but I didn't want to deal with it last night. So, but yeah, no. So the version that I watched last night, it was the English dubbing, and they just referenced it or referred to it as Mechagodzilla. Yeah. But when I was reading about it today, every article that I read said Kiru.
I think that's just because like Kiru is what this version of Mechagodzilla is called by like fans and stuff like that. To me, it's I only saw them call it. I could be wrong about that, but most of, like Mecha G or Mechagodzilla is how I saw it referred to as for the most part.
I wish they would have referred to it as Kiru because I like that a lot. I don't know why, but like it gives it some more identity, I guess, rather than just like, oh, it's Mechagodzilla. It's just this.
Yeah, I agree. I get where you're coming from for that. So I guess kind of getting into, let's see, like, I'm trying to figure out plot-wise what to talk about. We do get the because his like, hey, you using Godzilla's bones is fucked up, which to bring up in the Destroya video way back when, like 2 months ago now, you mentioned one of the potential plots for Godzilla vs. Destroya was Godzilla versus Ghost Godzilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's going to come back later. That's like, oh, this one is what I was talking about, of Godzilla versus Ghost Godzilla.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mothra introduces the moral conundrum of like you're waking up dead bones to fight battles. That's unethical.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, we need something to defend ourselves, and they're like, we got Mothra, and they're like, well, Mothra attacked us too, and they're
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. But I gotta be honest, I like the Mothra fight. Weird opinion here. One of the better Mothra fights, because it wasn't just like the static shot of like Mothra being flung across the city, but in terms of the models, one of the worst Mothras.
Really?
It's just like so stiff and just like furry and just like.
I actually like this one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just thought it was. I just liked it.
That's fair. I don't even know if it's that much different. I'm probably just talking shit. But
so okay, I have an interesting observation that I didn't really love this Mothra fight. I don't think it's bad, but I think my issue with it was that I feel like Mothra got kind of wiped out real quick. They were like, oh yeah, Mothra's gonna save us. Mothra's gonna beat Godzilla, and then within 5 minutes, Mothra's dying again.
Well, I do think I like the beginning of it. Okay, you're probably right. I like the beginning of it, the shot of her swooping sideways through the city
That's
streets.
Really cool.
That one looked really good. That was one of the better CGI shots we've seen in the Millennium series period.
Yeah.
And then I really liked when she's blowing the mist around and then appears behind Godzilla and he's what the fuck, and grabs him and drags him through several buildings. I thought was really cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool, but then it ends every other fight they've had. I feel like in this one, in Mothra and GMK, and then Mothra versus Godzilla from the 90s, every time Mothra just takes atomic breath to the wing and gets taken out.
Yeah. It's kind of I don't know. I just wish Mothra could do a little bit. Or would do a little bit more, put up a little bit more of a challenge, but...
Well, yeah, in GMK, she at least, shot the...
good. Yeah.
I think the GMK is arguably the best Godzilla versus Mothra fight.
I think so.
Which is great, because that's not what we're talking about today.
Funny story.
But...
Better movie.
As Mothra gets taken out, they deploy Kiru, or Mecha G. Reluctantly. And Mecha G has a different look this movie. We thought we didn't have to rank it.
That's true.
It has a different battleizer.
Yeah.
This time they did go for the all silver.
They did.
But I actually thought, I don't know why, where in Mechagodzilla 2 is all one silvery tone and it just kind of was samey.
Yeah.
This one I feel like they had enough of a shadow to it or a shading to it that it's it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel as I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's not new and clean like it was in the last movie. This one's battle damaged, and I don't think they had time to fully repair it and fully clean it and get him back up to spec. But
which they do mention they didn't have time to repair the Arctic laser or whatever.
Absolute Zero.
Absolute Zero can't. So it's just literally a Mega Mazer.
Yeah, which is still pretty cool.
It's still pretty cool, but it's also you shot 5 masers at him before and it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
5 masers from one place. I don't know. It turns out it does work pretty well.
It does. Yeah.
But I guess of this Mechagodzilla, fight.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Well, okay, I want to talk about the suit for just a second, because we did mention in the last video if we were going to rank them, if it was different enough. Do you think it's worth redoing the ranking, or is this just a little addendum to the?
If we're ranking it, I think this is number 2. If I'm being honest.
I was going to say that too.
I think I like the blue better.
I do too.
Because it makes it feel like. Did you ever watch Zoids growing up?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
Not a clue.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Zoids was kind of anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if it was called Zoids, but it was these weird big mecha lions and tigers and shit. It was kind of like Gundam, but it was specifically animals.
Are you talking about Voltron?
No, no.
I know.
I'm not. Okay. But that's what it reminds. But yeah, Mechagodzilla from Mechagodzilla is still number 1.
Yeah.
Tokyo S.O.S. 2. Everything else is.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go down the list from there. But yeah, no, that's what I was going to say too.
Okay.
I just liked a little bit like of the variance in color.
Yeah.
From the against Mechagodzilla version. So.
Yeah.
But as far as what I liked in this fight, I liked the whole thing. I do feel like the Mothra section was a little bit short, like I talked about, and then it was really cool to see Kira come in again because, kind of like I talked about in the last video, it's weird to me that like I'm almost rooting for Kira more. Or like I'm a little bit more excited about Kira than I am with Godzilla, I don't know if that's just because I don't think there was like a lot of high moments for Godzilla in this movie. Like there was one really cool shot, I think about in the middle of the Kira fight where like there was a big explosion. Oh, I think it was when the shoulder launcher thing flew across and blew up. And then there was like I think it came from behind him, and it was just like a bunch of smoke and shit rolling off his like spines and
and like he just like brushes it off. That was a really cool moment. And it's moments like that I think do play better because of their use of like the practical effects. That's why I do like it's moments like that why I almost a little bit prefer this one just because I don't know I feel like there was more moments of that.
I think like I just like the I don't know why I'm comparing these two fights so much, but I just like the one from against Mechagodzilla a little bit more because I think there was like a little bit more
give and take,
but I think also like it seemed like Mechagodzilla moved a little bit more, like faster. And I don't know if that was due to like the pilots or whatever, but like, and I think I really like how it started with Mechagodzilla coming in and shoulder checking Godzilla. But that's not the movie we're talking about, so it doesn't matter. But no, I don't know. I wish it was a little bit more like half and half because it did feel like after Kira got his eye blew out. It was pretty. Like, he was pretty much on top of the fight from that point forward.
Which I think the idea with that though is that's when, like, the way I took it, like that's when the OG Godzilla took over. Well, no, that would have been later, I guess.
That was later, I think, because that's like I think the red comes down like his face and stuff, and then that's
and he says goodbye to the guy. Which I was like, what the fuck?
That was weird.
I don't know. I just find it weird. I don't know if we want to skip to that or like, is there any moments any other like significant? Okay, one significant moment I really do like is when Godzilla's like on his initial rampage, just like marching through Tokyo, and it's the rampage, as short as it is, was really good because he was just running through and just knocking buildings down. They had like the military staked up in the Tokyo Tower.
In Tokyo Tower.
And they were very quickly like, hey, let's get the fuck out of here.
That was cool.
And immediately were justified because like
the tower got knocked over.
Immediately gets knocked over and obliterated. I thought that was really cool, and like I love how much genuine destruction is in that because I feel like we didn't get a lot of it in the last one.
That's true.
And that's where like again going back to I feel like an old man saying it, but like the miniature sets to me are just so much better. Because you get that visceral like actual destruction, like there's rubble, like as they're crawling through it and stuff like that. I'm trying to like my brain's blanking a little bit on the fight if I'm being honest, which probably is more of a comment than I would like to have. But is there anything else that jumps out from the fight to you?
Well, okay, so I think I kind of strayed away from my initial point that I was trying to make, where I think it's really cool how they again use the jets to drop Kiryu off. Because it just hits that like Pacific Rim, like they're dropping a giant mech. And it's just so cool to me. But I think another scene that stood out to me was when Kira's launching rockets around the building and launches them from both sides over the top, which is cool in itself. But then Godzilla turns around and blasts through the building.
Through the building. Which I think that is like I love. That was a moment that I particularly I marked out for.
That was cool.
Especially because like they faked it out. They did this a couple times. They kind of faked it out like because he shot the like 3 sets of missiles and Godzilla takes one out.
He does,
and then he gets hit by the other 2, and you think like they kind of play like that's gonna like fuck Godzilla up or something. And then immediately he hits the atomic bomb through the building. And then I think knocks secure through another building.
I think so, or into one at least.
Yeah, and that's just awesome.
It was awesome, and it was cool how he tail swiped, and then as Kira's falling, he shoots the breath and like blows his eye out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I think he could kind of be getting his ass beat at that point. A little bit, but
because they do particularly like specifically like target the.
Hello.
I don't know what. They specifically start targeting the chest because they know he has a weakness there.
Yeah.
The other moment I liked is like, and I guess this is kind of starting towards the end of the fight, is like where you get like Mechagodzilla with the drill hand.
Oh yeah.
Legitimately just drilling into the stomach of Godzilla.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually seen something like that before, and like them having Godzilla like writhe in pain.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was kind of like oh god.
Yeah, and like he like it was fucking up his atomic breath too, wasn't it?
I don't think.
Or he was just freaking out.
I think he was just freaking out.
Yeah, and this is where, by the way, at this time, Mothra is dead. Mothra. Not only has Mothra completely died and taken did another Mr. President and jumped in the way of the atomic breath. Which, future spoilers, is going to be a theme for what Mothra does in the Millennium series. That's next movie though. Sorry, Teddy is obsessed with the microphone.
Hi, buddy.
Would you like to say something, Teddy?
Would you like to speak to the people?
Yeah, he wants to talk about the introduction of the two. We get the kind of a play on the original Mothra.
Yeah.
We get the two larvae. I actually really like this scene because, as Godzilla, the fight between them is Godzilla trying to find them in the city as they're slinking around and biting his tail and shit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit Looney Tunes, but I thought it was really.
So I thought it was cool. Those little bastards are they must be the Flash, first of all.
Well, yeah.
Because they got there really fast. But also they must be impervious because he hit them both with the atomic breath. I think at least once, if not twice.
Yeah.
And they went fucking flying.
Well, I mean, it's the same way. How many times as a kid did you hit a curb and go over the handlebars of your bike and just get up and be like?
Not many, but I did roll into a pond. So.
Oh.
Almost. I almost rolled into a pond, but anyway, that's beyond the point.
Well, there was many times growing up that I went over head over heels, ass over tea kettle,
head over handlebar.
Well, yeah, head over handlebar, and landed on some concrete and just got up, was like, woo, I'm good.
See, I didn't have curbs because I grew up in the middle of nowhere. So.
Well, okay. One time it happened to me in the middle of nowhere was we were at our friend Joe's house.
Oh no.
And our friend Joe for some reason always had some kind of mechanical scooter that we were able to use. And I was just tearing around. And his dad also likes to keep random metal objects in tall grass.
Yeah, my dad does too.
I think that's just if dads have tall grass, they just gotta hide metal things in there.
Exactly.
And I literally hit it full force. I was only going 10 miles per hour. I wasn't going really fast.
Yeah, but still.
It still hurts. And and so I hit the metal and go over it, and I literally hear Joe not even able to scream my name, come over and check on me, and luckily. Because I was 10 years old and it was really a lot of tall grass, I got to stop landing. I was like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Don't do that again." So
that's awesome.
Anyway,
I don't know if you ever told me that story before.
Really?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that would have been real early on, me and Joe hanging out. But shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Anyways, the Mothra. These Mothra kids are tough.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they start. I guess fuck it. Let's wrap this up because I don't know anything else I want to talk about from this fight.
There's not much else to me that sticks out, honestly. I think I've covered the highs for me.
Yeah.
So
I think we've.
I have one more thing. Not a moment, but I liked at least to me, it seemed like Mechagodzilla's roar, if you will, was louder. It was more prominent in this movie. It seemed kind of quiet in the last one, and I did like that because that sound I'm very nostalgic for because of that game.
That's fair.
So much so that was my last little.
Absolutely. And the movie ends with Godzilla getting all kinds of webbed up webbed up not by Spider-Man, but the two Mothra that we're already talking about. And Kiru, as like the sun comes up, as the humans realize that it's fucked up that they've made this living creature, brought it back to life, and made it fight its own ancestor or predecessor, however that is. Like they're like, oh, this is fucked up. We can't do this again. Yeah. Kiru then becomes sentient, thanks to human that revived it, and is like bon voyage and like sayonara. Yeah, takes the new Godzilla in the ocean to, I assume, disappear forever.
Yeah, I guess drown.
Yeah,
like he's webbed up. He gets wrapped up with cable and he's being clamped by the chest clamp thing.
Yeah.
So I guess.
I do like the idea of like in this one. I guess in both of them, but this one in particular, there's a bit of like a. And I guess, you know what, this is going to get into our final thoughts, because I have a couple final thoughts to wrap this whole movie up.
Yeah.
That they kind of introduce a, Frankenstein's monster element to this, which I think is consistent through both of the movies. Yeah. And it's really hard to talk about both movies, or one movie without the other now.
Honestly, I think it is kind of hard to separate them.
Yeah, because this is my first time, like, watching them, like, back-to-back. Like, congruently.
Yeah, I'd never seen the other one until last week's or whatever, so.
And with that, like, I do think they make each, like, if you look at it as like one thing, it makes it stronger overall.
I think so too.
But again.
Oh my God. What the hell kind of a noise was that?
I hope that's loud enough for the microphone to hear, because that was a weird
noise from my dog just now.
But that totally threw me off. Yeah, like, this movie is, I think, strong. Like, both of these movies, Tokyo S.O.S. against Mechagodzilla, are just stronger together, but, like, on their own kind of feel fairly thin. And like the word empty comes to mind. Of, like...
Yeah, I don't know if I would say, like, empty, but, like, a bag of potato chips where it's, like, mostly air, you know?
Yeah.
But there's still some substance, but it is mostly air.
Yeah. Which is funny, because, like, this movie is kind of trying to say something and have a deeper meaning to it, but it
doesn't really land.
It just doesn't land.
No, but I think you're right. Like, I'm gonna use your analogy and my analogy, or your statement and my analogy, where it's like if you just took the 2 bags of potato chips and dumped them into one bag, then you would have a full bag. Whereas if you don't, good God, I can't talk again.
It's just 2 half-empty bags of potato chips.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. But I don't know. That is an interesting point, though, because I was having a hard time not talking about the last one, especially in the fight. But I think between the two, though, against Mechagodzilla is the one that I would prefer. So,
well, Wyatt, that's a different discussion.
For a different day. No, I'm kidding.
No, right now. And real quick, before we get into the ranking of this video, one last final thought I wanted to talk about is the music in this. I do not think is very strong.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think it was very strong in the last one, to be honest, either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's very strong in this one.
And for how cool this Mechagodzilla is, it really deserves a really cool theme song, and it just doesn't have one. So with that, that's my final thought on this movie. Wyatt, where are we at the rankings, unless you have another final thought before we wrap this up?
I don't have a final thought for this movie, but I do have a Godzilla-related thought that I did want to share, because it was very unexpected. In the last video, I talked about going to a concert this past weekend. So I went to, I drove to St. Louis and went to go to the Seven Dust 3 Days Grace and Disturbed concert. Great show. But while I was waiting in line for the merch booth, fucking Seven Dust had a shirt for their tour that had fucking Godzilla on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like a kind of like a Van Gogh painting style, if you will, Godzilla, but it was really cool. They just didn't have my size, so I didn't get it. But
well, I will try to find a picture of that.
Yeah,
to post here.
I thought it was really cool. I wasn't expecting to see that, so
that's really cool.
But yep, I don't have any other final thoughts really. Just I think it's It's a fun movie.
Okay. So. Wait a minute. Do we think it's a fun movie? Let's find out the ranking. What's the ranking right now?
I think it's a fun movie. But anyway, yeah, the ranking. I apologize ahead of time, as per usual. Oh, Lord. So number 32 is Godzilla from 1998. Number 31 is Godzilla Raids Again. Number 30 is Godzilla's Revenge. Number 29 is... See, this is fucked up because I have the fucked up list.
Yeah, by the time we're recording this, I have not edited and posted the Against Mechagodzilla. So let's try again. Do you want me to just read it and do the math in my head?
I can try it real quick. I'll run this side.
All right, I believe in you. So this would be
you do.
Okay, it's 33. Just remember that.
Huh? This the one.
The one we're on right now.
Yeah.
Is 30. So
33.
Last week would have been 32.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I feel like he thinks I'm stupid. That didn't help. Okay. We'll just restart. Number 31. 32. Yeah, I'm already fucking it up. 32 is Godzilla from 1998. Number 31 is Godzilla Raids Again. Am I fucking this up even more? No. 31 is Godzilla Raids Again. Number 30 is Godzilla's Revenge. Number 29, Son of Godzilla. Number 28, Return of Godzilla. Number 27, The Terror of Mechagodzilla. Did I skip one?
No.
Oh, I thought you gave me a look. Okay.
I didn't look like this, man.
Okay, that's fair. Where are we at? Number 26?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't want to work here anymore. You want to do it?
Do you? Did you mess up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me try.
Okay, you can try.
Okay, so
this is hard to watch. I'm sorry.
It's not hard to watch. No. Do you want? I feel like I'm making you nervous now.
I am nervous because I keep fucking it up.
I don't think you're not fucking it up. Okay. So the ranking currently is at number 32, Godzilla 98. At 31, Godzilla Raids Again. At 30, we have Godzilla's Revenge. At 29, we have Son of Godzilla. At 28, we have Return of Godzilla. At number 27, we have Terror of Mechagodzilla. At number 26, we have Godzilla vs. Megalon. At number 25, we have Versus the Smog Monster. At number 24, we have Invasion of the Asher Monster. At number 23, we have Godzilla vs. King Kong from 1962. And at number 22, we have Godzilla vs. Kong at 2021. And at number 21, we have Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. At number 20, we have Godzilla from 2014. At number 19, we have Godzilla vs. Ghidorah from 91. At number 18, we have Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. At number 17, we have Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. At number 16, we have Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. At number 15, we have Destroy All Monsters. At number 14, we have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, which I believe is the original from the 70s. Yeah. Because after that, at number 13, we have Godzilla vs. Gigan. At number 12, we have Godzilla vs. Biollante. And at number 11, we have Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla. And at number 10, we still have Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. At number 9, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. At number 8, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra: Battle for Earth. At number 7, we have Godzilla 2000. At number 6, we have Godzilla, the original from 1954. At number 5, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra from 1962. At number 4, we have Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, all. At number 3, we have Godzilla, King of the Monsters from 2019. And number 2, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And at number 1, Godzilla vs. -1.
You said the thing again.
Godzilla vs. -1?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say that every time.
So you made it through the whole list.
So I think the reason I'm better at doing that is because I have to whenever we do the re-ranked.
True, yeah.
So I'm already used to doing the math.
That's true. That's fair. I'm going to take it.
I think this one, I don't know if you're going to agree with me.
Okay.
But I think the only right spot for this is at number 12. Right above Biollante, but still below the last one. Because I think they're just as good as each other. I think the last one just does a little bit more to edge it out for me.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect spot to put it, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
All right. With that.
Easy enough.
Do you think you got this? Or you want
sweet Jesus.
I got it. Okay, so at number 1, the new ranking is Godzilla -1. At number 2, we have Godzilla vs. Destroya. At number 3, we have Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019. At number 4, we have GMK All Out Attack. At number 5, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra from 1962. At number 6, we have Godzilla 1954. At number 7, we have Godzilla 2000. At number 8, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra, Battle for Earth. At number 9, we have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
I'll go find out what that was.
At number 10, we have Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. At number 11...
We're good.
What happened?
It's just cats.
Okay. At number 11, we have Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. At number 12, we have Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S. At number 13, we have Godzilla vs. Biollante. At number 14, we have Godzilla vs. Gigan. At number 15, we have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 75. At number... That sounds about right.
Close enough.
At number 16, right, we have Destroy All Monsters. At number 17, we have Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. At number 18, we have Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. At number 19, we have Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. At number... Don't do that. At number 20, we have, at number 20, we have King Ghidorah from 1991. At number 21, we have Godzilla 2014. At number 22, we have Godzilla vs. Megagears. At number 23, we have Godzilla vs. Kong from 2021. At number 24, we have Godzilla vs. King Kong from 1962. At number 25, we have Invasion of the Asher Monster. At number 26, we have Godzilla vs. Smog Monster. At number 27, we have Godzilla vs. Megalon. At number 28, we have Terror of Mechagodzilla. At number 29, we have Return of Godzilla. At number 30, we have Son of Godzilla. At number 31, we have Godzilla's Revenge. At number 32, we have Godzilla Raids Again. And all the way at the bottom, at number 33 now, we have Godzilla 1998. And with that, next on the docket is Godzilla Final Wars.
Yes, sir.
We got 2 movies left, Wyatt.
Two
movies left. As far as the Netflix trilogy goes, to address this now, for nobody who cares, we're just...
Everyone's clamoring to know, goddammit.
Yeah. We're going to get to those eventually, but since they're not necessarily like theatrical releases or like movies in their, like standalone movies, we're not super motivated to get to them, because they're also not the most fun things to watch. But with that, we have Godzilla Final Wars and Shin Godzilla after that. We're almost done with this series.
Fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy. For now, keep following along as we finish that out and we start getting into other shit too. For now, you be good. We got to get back to nerding out.
Nerding out. Thank you. Say thank you, Willow. Come here. Come here.